Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about some of the clothing and accessory items that I have kept from my very many YouTube fashion hauls, and I'm going to be telling you about the longevity and how these things have been wearing for me, and I guess how often I wear them. So I'm going to be starting with the most recent ones and then working my way backwards in no particular order other than the order history, because I thought about sorting them into categories and then I was like, that's a lot of effort. Why? It won't make any difference. So here we go. Also of note, I didn't include anything that was this year because I haven't had the chance to actually wear the things. So there's not much point to talking about the longevity of an item if you haven't worn it. Okay, so the most recent item that I have kept has been the little green silk mini skirt. So this is the Luddo tie waist mini A-line skirt in dark green and the size L. I really like this, so much so that I purchased it again in black. I found that it wears and washes really nicely. I did need to steam it the first time to get the wrinkles out, but since then I haven't had to steam it again, which is really nice because I'm really lazy. One of the little quirks for this one is that it is like a silky material and the waist tie is quite slidey, so my recommendation is to actually double knot it before you do the bow, because otherwise I did find one time when I was at school teaching and I was walking, I was like, oh, I can feel my skirt coming off. Like, not good. I had tights on underneath and like a jacket because it's the dead of winter, but I was still like, yikes. Okay, so yeah, this one is excellent. I would highly recommend it. One of the downsides though, I think I've only got the green and the black, but they come in other colors. It's quite see-through, and I can imagine that the lighter colors you definitely need some safety shorts. You can't see my hand through it, but I can definitely see the camera through the inside. So that is this one, but I love it so much. Then we had the handbag that started the whole thing of, I should probably do like longevity for these things as well. So I picked this one up probably, I reckon like mid-year last year, and I've been using it as my day-to-day bag since. Usually it's day-to-day in the school holidays or if I'm away for work, and then on the weekends every other day because I work as a teacher, so I usually have like a big teaching bag. So this one, super cute, really nice, love the bag. Quality, not very good. So it's not super expensive. It was $25.87. I'm still the only review on here, so not super popular. But one of the things that has happened is the piping has started to come off. So around the outside you've got obviously this little like faux leather, and then on the outside of that you've got a black piping, and the black piping is to help the things stick together. It gives it a little bit more longevity. All of the piping is starting to come off. So this is what the piping looks like. You can see where it's come off in these little sections here, so it's kind of, I'm trying not to peel it off because it is there for a reason. It's there to protect the actual fabric part here, but yeah, you can see it's really hard to see. It keeps focusing on the back of my fingers. Oh yeah, beauty guru trick. You can see that it's, yeah, coming off there. It's fully come off the sides around here as well because there's a lot of wear with that chain. It looks a bit ugly, but it's mostly that it's probably going to start fraying the fabric soon, so the longevity is not going to be that great. So I would say for this bag it's happened the most on the handles where it's used the most, but I can also see some of the lining coming off as well. And then one of the little, it's got these little divots that hold the middle section. One of them popped off in like a week. The other one didn't though, and I couldn't get it back in because you need a special kind of clamp. So that is that one. I have actually got a cute little pom-pom on the moment. I really like it, but otherwise I really love the bag. It works super well for everything that you need, and I've just realized that I've still got 2 keys in here. I need those for later. Thank you. Super cute, but yeah, the piping comes off unfortunately. Then I've got the Fairy Essential mock neck long sleeve top. I have this in black and in white. The white one is older and a bit uglier, to be honest. There is the white. The white's just a bit discolored. That kind of just happens to whites when you're lazy like me and you don't wash them properly. Yikes. And it pills a little bit. So like any jersey fabric, they pill. The black one is pretty good because it's newer, so I haven't worn it as much, and I don't wear the black as much as I wear the white. I did also have the navy blue and the khaki, and I've since gotten rid of both of those colors because I really didn't wear them enough, and I have less storage. Even though this bedroom is way bigger than the other one, there's less storage somehow. So I really like both of these. I've definitely repurchased the white. The black maybe not so much because it's not the nicest black. It's not the blackest black. But otherwise, really great purchases. Just the usual wear and tear for like a jersey fabric. Accessories. Okay, so we have the INKGLOW 925 sterling silver bow earrings. These are really cute and I've worn them a few times for work. They do kind of get in the way of a lot of stuff though, which is a little bit annoying. They work best if my hair is tied up. I've also found that one of the sides of the bows is bigger than the other. You need to put the small side on the inside so that it doesn't sit wonky. Otherwise, if I put the big side on the inside, my piercing's not in the right place. That's the only little gripe, and that's probably my piercing's fault other than anything else, but otherwise they look really cute and shiny. The Pinatra long sleeve corduroy Babydoll collared dress in size XL in blue. I picked this up because it was like $5 and I really like it. It's washed and worn really well. There are a few little like loose parts of the stitching coming out, which you kind of expect with really cheap garments like this. But otherwise, it's actually been a real delight to wear in the winter. I haven't worn it since because it is now summer and I'm already sweating. You know, let alone putting on a bloody corduroy dress. But it is really cute. I think that this one has worn really well and it's been really good quality, especially for the price I paid. This is the Chelstin floral print tie neck chiffon blouse. I really love this to the point where I'm like, I really want to get another color. I got mine in yellow size L and there are a few other colors. So now that it's actually back in stock, I'm probably going to get myself another one because it just fits really well and it's very cute and it's like excellent with a lot of things. Again, this has washed and worn really well. I've had no issues with it whatsoever, and there's like no maintenance for it. Like, you don't have to steam it. Can you tell I'm really lazy with my clothes? It's just such a pleasure, honestly. It's such a nice top. This is the Hotarium short sleeve knit crop top. I don't know how this is knit. This is just a jersey fabric, and this is in the shade green and size L. This is really nice. I wear it quite a lot in the summer with high-waisted shorts and things like that. It's a really beautiful sage green. It's supposed to be like a mint green on the website, but that's not true. And again, washes and wears really well. Has a few odd stitches, but other than that, it's been really good for the longevity. One of the ones that I don't have but still actually exists is the Ginadore woven handbag, which is a wicker handbag that I had. This one went to my sister for a while and my 2-year-old niece now has it as a tiny handbag because the problem with it is that it is tiny. So while I still have it and I'm including it in this because it's worn really well, I really didn't have that much use for it because I couldn't fit that much stuff in it, and it wasn't, you know, like foldable or bendable. I couldn't really take it on a picnic because it couldn't fit anything, but it's really great for a 2-year-old. So she has got that one now. We have the Azalea fabric bow headband. I got mine in the shade black, of course, and again I really liked this one. This one has got like a, you can feel like the spine of it, and then the outside is just cardboard. So there have been a few times where I've actually kind of dented the cardboard a little bit and misshapen the bow slightly. So you can kind of see on this part here where it just looks a little bit off. Yeah, that's because the outside of the cardboard has bent. There's not much you can do about this because, especially because it's such a thick band, you know, you can't expect all of this to be made out of metal. The metal on the inside is quite thin, but otherwise very cute, very floppy. It's just like bloody massive, honestly. This one I really like. It is not this one. This one. So this one I really like. This is just a Pompabee printed narrow hair tie scarf in half a peach, white, one shade. So there's another peach one which is like full color peach. This is like the pastel peach. I absolutely adore this. This is super cute. It's like $5 and I wear it so often, honestly, especially when my hair is like dirty or if I've got it in braids and I want my braids to look a little bit cuter. It's excellent. It's a really beautiful silky fabric too. The Luminarie round buckle bells in the shade Khaki. I don't know why this is khaki. This should just be brown. I got mine in 105 centimeters and this is really nice. I've worn it a few times. It doesn't seem to be getting too worn. You can kind of see the little wrinkle where the belt is usually there. One of the things that does irritate me though is the belt loop that you loop it through. Just comes straight off. I kind of don't like that. I wish that it was slightly secured to the belt somehow. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it's a little bit annoying. One of the more random ones is a homeware, and they are these plastic bow food bag clips. They look like this. They're really big actually. I kind of quite like them. I thought they'd be smaller. They're just reusable clips. So you put the food bag that you want to seal in there, clip it down, and you've got a cute little bow tie. Adorable. I think I might have gotten like one or two from here. I'm not even sure how many. I think it was like one, and then I had to get the rest from AliExpress. Really good bow, but so expensive. You can also see that there's literally just me reviewing it. It's just one clip, and I think it was still like $3 or $4 for one, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Okay, so this is one of my favorites. This is the Shopherd plain sweatshirt knit. It's just like an almond sweatshirt, but it's the most squishy, soft, and warm thing ever. I wear it so much, it's ridiculous. This pills like a it's unfortunate. It really does pill quite badly. I have been shaving it down, but that is definitely one of the things that count against it in terms of repurchasing. It's about $30 US, and it is honestly, it is so nice. A lot of knitwear does pill like this, and it's just in the places where you'd expect it normally, so the underside of the arms and down the midline of the body where your arms would be. But it is just so nice, honestly. Like, it's a really beautiful, like, oatmeal-y almond color. It's just oversized enough, but like not baggy, so it's not unprofessional for me personally. And it's so squishy, you know, like you can see it, but it pills, which for some people is going to be like a huge no. For me, it's a soft no. And then I have another accessory. We have the Kokyu Faux Pearl Choker. I ended up keeping this one because it was actually something that kind of filled a gap. It's one of the only necklaces that I ended up keeping because a lot of the other ones, either the gold plating wore off and so they were really ugly, or I just never wore them because they were similar to other things in my collection. But this one is really nice. I haven't noticed the plating being worn off so much, but it hasn't been worn as much, so there is also that. The Aisyi heart-shaped gradient glasses. I got these in blue. They are very cute. I've worn them maybe once or twice, mostly just for like photos and going out when I have my contact lenses in, which is very rare. I just really like them because they're heart-shaped. I think that they are adorable, and they've worn quite well. They haven't broken, but again, I haven't used them that much. So then I've got the super cute heart-shaped clutch. This one I wore out recently for my friend's wedding and then my birthday dinner the night before that, and I really loved it. It is a little bit of like a mess around with all of the chains and things like that, and the fact that this kind of doesn't stay straight, but it is still adorable. And I love that you can just, like, if you get annoyed with it, you can just kind of like yeet everything into it and just like be done with it. Just close it. It doesn't fit a phone, but it fit everything else. I have like a little card holder, so this was really great. I just think it's so cute, honestly. One of the ones that I forgot I'd actually still kept, even though I wear it really often, I can't remember what this one's called. I'll find the link for it. It is just like a little mini skirt, and I got this from, like, I think it was like the retro haul for Yesstyle, which I was kind of like, I didn't think I'd like anything, but I ended up loving this. It is quite short, so I've got to wear some pants or tights underneath it and just make sure that it doesn't wiggle up. It does have inbuilt pants, which is really good. Overall, it's worn really, really well. I think I picked this up in 2021, so it's fairly old at this rate and still lovely. Then we have the KIBO Fleece-Lined Shaping Tights. I wish that these weren't shaped, but it's fine. These are super great for keeping you warm. They've washed pretty well and have worn well so far. I haven't worn them a huge amount this past winter, but I have worn them at least a few times, so I like them so far. Then we have the LYZA Spaghetti Strap Square Neck Velvet Mini Bodycon Dress, which is the black velvet dress that I love. I wore this for my birthday. We were going out for dinner, going out to the show, and it dyed my entire body black. And my undergarments. And the sweatshirt that I was wearing on top made everything black. Surprised it didn't make the back black, actually. I'm glad it didn't, because that would have been really hard to clean. It also wiggles up every time I walk, to a point where I'm like, I'm uncomfortable with how short this is. Still gonna keep it though, because it's a really pretty dress. Like, it looks really nice and it makes my body look really nice as well. But, you know, word to the wise, if you are gonna be wearing it, wash it first. Don't do how I did. It will dye your whole skin black. Like, I can't show you a photo because the only parts that make it look drastic are like where my underwear has been. And I obviously can't show you nudity, but believe me, I was like purplish black. And then also, I can probably show you like a photo of this, the hotel sheets. You can see where I was sleeping. It was so bad, honestly. It did come out, obviously I washed myself clean, but like, oh my god, it was really bad. Just had to change the camera battery, so I hope I'm not like either too far away or too close. Next is the last set of accessories, I think, which is the Jamil set of 5 gold rings. I've just got 2 out at the moment. These are the ones that I wear the most, and these are just little stacker rings. They are super tiny and gold, and this one has little pearls on them to fiddle with, which is really fun. They are, yeah, just tiny little gold rings. I adore them. They are really helpful for like just adding like a little bit of an extra touch, but I don't like huge chunky rings on myself generally, so they work really well. Oh, I lied, this is the last accessory, I think. This is the Lindsay Faux Leather Heart Buckle Belts. I'm so bad at reading today. I don't know why. And this has got a heart-shaped buckle, super cute, and then a little heart that comes down here. This, you can move it around. You can also just take it off if you want to. So if you don't want the extra dangly bit, but I think it's really cute. I have worn this a few times, and you see the sort of like a little indents on the belt there, but it's not breaking, it's not splitting. There's nothing that's actually wrong with the belt. It's wearing really nicely, which is really great. The fake leather, it does wrinkle on the inside. But nobody sees that apart from me, so I would still say that this wears really well. But sometimes, you know, you get like buckles or like fake leather goods, and when you put tension on parts, they can actually break. So like belt loops and then like the belt holes, and neither of the belts that I got from Yesstyle do that, so that's really great. Then we have got the Babydoll Spaghetti Strap Gingham A-line dress in blue. This one I don't think is available anymore. It might come back. This is very cute. It is a little bit tight on the bust, and I did end up taking the sleeves spaghetti strap up by about that much. So that's the part there. I literally just hand sewed it in so that it was shorter. It was very easy, just to make it a little bit more of a modest neckline for myself, because I don't like when things are too low cut, because I do work with kids. This is very cute. Again, it's required no maintenance. You just wash it, dry it, and wear it again, which is fantastic because I am lazy. The only thing I don't really like about it is that it's only one size, and the shirring does make it quite tight on the bust, so it can feel a little bit like pressured, but it's fine. We have the Kona cropped cardigan, and this one was one that I didn't think I was going to like, but ended up really liking. I didn't like it at first because it's quite see-through, so when you're wearing something that's either got a long sleeve or a short crop sleeve, you can see the shirt underneath through this, and it's quite tight. So when you have like a looser sleeve, it tends to kind of pull it up, which is not as ideal, but it's very soft and it's a really nice cropped length. And so I held on to it for maybe like 6 months or so until it was summertime in 2020. This is how old this one is, and I ended up falling in love with it and wearing it ever since. It's basically like a summer, spring and autumn cardigan for me, because just it's not enough in winter. But again, it's wearing really well. It's not pilling. You don't have to do anything for maintenance. There's like a little bit of fluff on the cuffs, but I could probably actually chop that off with scissors. I've only just noticed it now. So it's wearing really well. The lucky last is this little crop top. This is the Moon City rib knit short sleeve top. I got this in pink and black, and I got rid of the pink because when it stretches over the bust, it was so see-through, and it was a really ugly pink, I think, from memory. I feel like it was, yeah, so I got it in 2021, and I said that I was really disappointed because the pink turned up like a salmon colored pink rather than the cool tone pastel pink, which seems like everybody else's photos as well, so it's not just me. But this is the identical top in black, and this one is actually, I'm thinking about getting rid of it just because it is so tight. I haven't worn it all that much because it's so tight, and when it's super tight over the bust, it usually makes it very short as well, so I can only really wear this with like a high-waisted skirt. I can't wear it with jeans because otherwise I just get a huge amount of tummy sticking out, and I don't feel comfortable with that personally. I also don't like how tight it is over the chest because, again, I don't feel comfortable with that personally. Not to say that it's a bad product, and it has definitely survived, you know, quite a few years. it's been washed and it's been worn and it's still in really good quality. So that's great. So those are all of the items of clothing and accessories that I've ended up keeping from my almost decade of shopping with Yesstyle. This is including things that I have purchased myself as well as have been gifted to me in exchange for a review. Obviously that doesn't influence any of my opinions, as these are the things that I've kept for myself afterwards. If there were any other ones that I didn't like, I did donate them to charity or sell them if I had purchased them myself. I make it like a personal mission to like not throw clothes out, because why would you? I usually try to decide if I'm going to keep something or get rid of it sooner rather than later, so that I can either donate or sell the most unused clothes possible. But I thought it was really interesting to see how these clothes have worn throughout the years, because we often see hauls of clothing that people have just purchased and it's like new and off the rack, and you never really know if something like that is gonna, you know, like be terrible in the next few weeks or the next few months. So I think it's really nice to see that a lot of the clothing items that I have are, you know, sometimes a lot of the time they have seams that are like a bit messy, a little bit, you know, like could use a bit of work on some of those seams, but in general they are still wearing really well and they're lasting me years as opposed to lasting a few weeks and falling to pieces. So that is good. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.